Hello there, and welcome to the new webinar hosted by Combin. I'm very happy to be here again and to be sharing with you my knowledge, and I feel like it's my duty and obligation to share what I have learned with you so it can change your life as well. I hope you can hear me and see me well, and now I just want to ask you to give me a huge welcome in the chat. So just tell me where I'm from, how is your mood today, how are you today, and are you ready to learn today with me and Combin? While you are typing, I'll just share a few facts about myself for those who are here for the first time. My name is Anne, and I'm a marketing manager for Combin team. I'm hosting webinars. I'm a host of Instagram Growth podcast. Actually, it is a show that tells you more about Instagram, about social media, about some tactics, strategies, also gives you some recommendations from proven professionals, from social media marketers, from influencers, and much more. So it will be cool if you subscribe to my podcast show. Once again, its name is Instagram Growth Podcast. I love what I do, and like I said before, I feel like it's my duty and obligation to share with you what I know and what I have learned. And I really enjoy this, and I love this giving back from my audience every time when the webinar ends. So thank you for coming here. Now I just go back to the chat. From France, Sweden, Berlin, great as usual. Hi, Germany. Hi, France. Doing awesome, so ready to learn. That's cool. From sunny Los Angeles. Oh, lucky you. It is raining now. Mexico, Los Angeles, USA, Ecuador. Hola. Hola, hola. Brazil, UK, from London. Kansas is here. Nice to meet you. Karen Kelly from Germany. I'm great. Looking forward to the webinar. Hello from Belgium. Hello. I adore when there are so many people from different countries. And at these moments, I feel like, oh my God, I can stay connected to so many different people all around the globe at one place. And it's kind of honor for me that I'm the person who kind of unites all of you here at this time, at this place today. From Dubai. Hello, Dubai. How is the weather now? I'm from Malaysia and I'm ready. I'm from Valencia. Mood is perfect, ready to learn. Tunisia. Hello, Tunisia. I like your country very much. Hello, Anna. Nice to be here again. Hello. From Peru. I'm from Chile. Hola. Hi, Anna. Feeling good. How are you? I'm fine. Thank you. England. We are going to have fun for sure. So I think that everybody who wanted to come is already here, but still, let's just wait for a few seconds. So I just tell you now in a few words what we are going to speak about today. Actually, it's 10 secrets every Instagrammer needs to know, but I need you to understand one thing before we get started. So the thing that I want to tell you is I think that this webinar is mostly for business owners. So for those who want to sell on Instagram or to get some profit, maybe not just for businesses, but also for personal accounts, for influencers, just for those people who want to take some profit on Instagram. But it will also be cool for those who just want to learn something new and to understand how things on social media work. So they will not be just tips, just this tip is for business, how to develop your business or how to drive sales. No, this webinar will be exactly about Instagram and about its features, but mostly it will be, I think it will be mostly effective for entrepreneurs, for businesses, for influencers, and for bloggers. But still, it will be cool if you stay with me and watch till the end. I also want to ask you, if you have any questions during the presentation, please, you're free to ask them in the chat or in the Q&A tab, but I will answer all of these questions at the end of the presentation because I do not want to be distracted from the presentation and from my speech, okay? So please post your questions, don't be shy. I'm sure to address them at the end of my presentations. Okay, let me have a look at the chat once again. France again, nice weather here. You're lucky, guys. You're so lucky. Hi there, hope didn't miss anything important. No, not yet. By the way, there will be a recording of this. Yes, this will be recorded. I hope so, because sometimes this webinar platform, this webinar service lets me down, and either there is no sound on the video recording, or there is no chat, or there is some kind of very bad quality of the video. But I hope that everything will be okay, and tomorrow you will find the recording on our YouTube channel. Now I'll share the link to the chat. Okay. What is the name of your podcast? The name of the podcast is Instagram Growth Podcast. I'll now also type it to the chat. You can find it on any podcast directory that you use. So Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Anchor, what else? Castbox, Teacher, and all of these things. It will be cool if you subscribe, please. Okay, so thank you for being so active in the chat. Now I think it's time to start our presentation. But before, I want to get you a small introduction into the main idea of the whole presentation, and it doesn't matter what tip we are going to speak about. It's very common to get caught up on decreased likes or slower growth than we'd like. But at the end of the day, what matters is if your feed is one that attracting your target audience and that is converting them into actual paying customers. You actually do not need 100,000 followers to achieve this. You just need the right people visiting your feed that need what you have to offer. So in today's webinar, I'm going to teach you exactly how to get over this limiting belief that Instagram no longer works. And I'm going to give you a real strategy that you can implement to start seeing an increase in reach, to start getting more engagement and more income. So let's dive right into 10 secrets every Instagram owner needs to know. So secret number 1, customize your headline. Most people do not realize that many users frequently use the search function within Instagram to find accounts to follow and services to use and products to buy. But if your account isn't showing up in search, you are losing out on a huge opportunity to reach extremely targeted users. To make sure you are being found in search, you need to customize your headline to include keywords related to the focus of your account or the product or service you are selling. Your headline is the first bold line of text within your bio, and when a user searches for anything on Instagram, Instagram scans first one, your username, and then this specific line of text, while the rest of your bio needs to be strategically crafted as well, which I'm going to talk about in just a few minutes. Your headline is the singular most important element that should never be overlooked. Despite saying that way too many users are skipping this integral step, in fact, if we take a peek at followers of the next account, please have a look at this. This is an account of business and marketing coach. So if we have a look at followers of this account, so the followers are primarily business owners, you will notice that only a fraction of them have actually customized their headline. Please have a look now at the screen. Most of the headlines you can see on the screen are either just name and surname, so copy paste, or the headline is absent at all. That means that if you apply this tip, you already be way ahead of your competition. So let's take a look at this once again in practice. For example, I'm looking for a marketing coach. So I go ahead to the Instagram and type this into Instagram, and right away you can see how this customized headline is serving so many business owners. As you can see, almost no one's username. You need to understand that username and headline are two different things. So username, it is now in the bold, that is written in the bold. So you need to understand that no one's username here on this screenshot actually includes these words, marketing coach, but the headline does. And with that simple change, they wouldn't be without that simple change, they wouldn't be ranking for this search term at all. So go ahead, think about your target audience and what they might be searching for on Instagram. So here I'm going to give you a little instruction on how to find these keywords for your account. So Think about the keywords that your target audience might use. Then click the Edit Profile button, and from there, you can add those keywords to the name field. If you are not sure what keyword to use, you can utilize Instagram internal search function to get some ideas. So for this, just simply open up the magnifying glass icon, then go to the search bar, make sure that you selected hashtags or tags. From here, you can type in a word that relates to your business or to the overall thematic of your account. So for example, it's photographer. From here, Instagram will generate a list of hashtags that are related to this word, which will show you what's popular and what people are likely to be searching for. Using this information, you will want to choose a search term that is popular, but maybe even more specific than just photographer. For example, kids photographer, wedding photographer, wildlife photographer, or London photographer, for example. And by adding any of these terms to your headline, you're going not only generate more traffic to your feed, but the traffic, what is more important, is going to be targeted. And this is exactly what we want. Now, while we're chatting about Instagram bios, I also give you a quick breakdown of what makes up a perfectly optimized bio. 1, a strong username that doesn't include punctuations or any numbers. It should be short, easy to remember, and relate to the focus of your account, if possible, of course. 2, it is a keyword headline, so just what we were talking about just a seconds before. 3, it is a detailed description that tells your audience what is the focus of your account and why these people may be interested in following you. Then 4, a specific call to action that encourages users to click your link. And 5, a link that takes users to something of value that further supports your account's focus. The main purpose of your bio and your headline is to clearly communicate what it is that you do. If someone visits your feed and is still confused, you need to make some adjustments. At the end of the presentation, I'm going to talk a bit about our new service, the new service that Combin recently released. It is InstaCheck. InstaCheck, it is the full Instagram account analysis with personal tips, recommendations, strategies tailored to your Instagram account, to your niche, to your business. And the very first thing that we analyze on within InstaCheck is your Instagram bio. So we analyze everything, and headline and username and this first line bio and second line bio, call to action, and all of this stuff. So if you need help with your Instagram, please visit Combin, find their InstaCheck, and apply here. I will be happy to help you because actually it's me who is in charge with InstaCheck. Okay, secret number 2. You may be a bit shocked by this secret, but secret number 2 says that you need to delete your hashtags. Calm down. I'm going to explain everything in just 1 minute. Hashtags are one of the most powerful tools to increase your engagement and traffic to your feed. If you're not using them, you're missing out. But if you are using them and you are not deleting them, you are really missing out. So first thing first, let's quickly talk about ideal hashtag usage. You should put them in your comments rather than your caption to keep things clean and to avoid encouraging users to leave your feed. You also want to make sure they are descriptive of your account as a whole and not just the subject matter of one photo. Lastly, play with the size of hashtags, but for best results, keep them under 500,000 posts if possible. This alone, if done right, should generate a decent amount of reach for your posts. But if you are seeing a lag or your hashtags are not working as well as they once did, you need to start implementing the secret of deleting your hashtags after a few days of use, for example. Now, most traffic and reach will be generated within the first 24 hours of publishing a post. I hope you all understand that. So a few days later, those hashtags are no longer sending traffic to you. And if you want to reuse those hashtags, you could get banned as spam by Instagram. Why? Well, Instagram thinks that any repetitive actions are considered spammy. So using the same set of hashtags on every post is comparable to commenting the same thing over and over or following too many accounts all at once. So if your account gets flagged as spam, it can have a really bad effect on your account, limit your reach, hide your photos from anyone who doesn't follow you, and even having your account shut down, which clearly nobody wants. Instagram filter is known to be quite sensitive. So to safeguard your account and make sure you get the most reach from your hashtags, be sure to delete them off your post before using them again. I see a question, can this be applied for personal account? Yes, all of the tips I'm going to share today can be applied to personal accounts, of course, and to business and to personal, and it's up to you to decide, okay? Then, secret number 2 is about alternative text, and you need to add alternative text to your images. If you're asking what the heck is alt text, then this secret is for you. Alt text or alternative text is an accessibility feature that allows users with visual impairments to understand what your posts look like. While adding alt text improves the experience for these people, it also explicitly tells Instagram what is happening in your image, and that allows the algorithm to better categorize your content and your account. At this time, Instagram has not specifically stated that they are using alternative text for this reason, but we do know that there is artificial intelligence implemented that can determine exactly what's in an image and react accordingly. For example, if you were to post an image of a topless woman, that photo would get taken down immediately, and it's not because someone reported it. It's because Instagram is scanning it and categorizing it. When we tell Instagram exactly what is on our image, it is more likely to show up on the Explore page or in a suggested feed, meaning that users who have expressed an interest in similar content will potentially see yours as well. Thus makes that a huge opportunity to increase the reach of your posts and send more targeted traffic to your feed. So to add alternative text to a new post, click the Advanced Settings button at the bottom of the screen when preparing a post. You can see it now on the slide. Then click Write Alternative Text and start typing. You'll want to be as descriptive as possible, okay? To add alternative text to an already published image, navigate to the post, hit the 3 dots in the top right, then click Edit button, then find alt text button on the bottom right of the image. I want you to remember that this is not an opportunity to stuff your photo with keywords. No, it doesn't work like that. But it's rather explicitly helps you identify what's in your post. If it includes a product of yours, make it clear what it is, what it looks like, and how it's being used. So be as descriptive as possible. Do not regret spending your time on adding a really detailed description to this. Okay. Now let's go further, and it is secret number 4. You need to make your stories interactive. I hope that this secret and the information that I'm going to tell you right now will seem obvious for you. So I really hope that you understand this and that you implement this information right now, even without me saying this. But still, just to make sure, I decided to add this secret to this presentation. So Instagram stories. Instagram stories are undoubtedly the most popular Instagram feature right now. In fact, a majority of users open Instagram, watch the stories, and then close the app. Actually, I'm this person. So I noticed that about half a year ago, I noticed that I only open Instagram, watch the stories, maybe 1-2 posts, and then I do not want to scroll down anymore. So I spend most time on Instagram stories, and maybe on Explore page. So coming back to stories. That means that you cannot skip this feature, and you should be posting to Instagram stories daily. But to make the most out of them, you need to be strategic. So by focusing on creating interactive Instagram stories, you can significantly increase the amount of people who see them and ensure that your feed gets better engagement too. Yes, your stories and your feed are interlinked within Instagram algorithm, and I will explain this in just a minute. So to create interactive stories, you are going to want to focus on utilizing engagement-generating features such as polls, question boxes, quizzes, countdown stickers, so built-in Instagram features. I know you have seen them before, and my guess is that you have interacted with them. Why? Just because they're fun, and by adding these features to your own stories, you are going to encourage interaction and engagement from your audience, which results in two primary things. One, Instagram will share your story to more of your audience because they can see that other users are engaging with it, and that must mean that it's a quality content. Two, Instagram is more likely to show everyone that interacted with your story your next post to your feed. This is because the algorithm takes into account the relationship you have with other users, which is established when they interact with your story. That then signals to the algorithm that there is a relationship between these two accounts, and it makes sure that the next time you post to your feed, those people who interacted with the story before, they could see this. They could see your new post. That alone makes it super important to add interactive features to your stories. So rather than posting a still image or a simple video, add a poll quiz or question box or a countdown sticker, something like that. And this will significantly boost your reach and overall account engagement. Also, what is cool about these polls, questions, quizzes, so interactive story elements, is that what you specifically ask in these polls, questions, and quizzes can also generate invaluable data about your audience and what they want to see from you, what content they want to see, what they expect from you. So you can, by using these polls, questions, and quizzes, you can stay closer to your audience. You can stay more transparent, okay? So secret number 5, and it's the middle of our today's webinar. Appease algorithm with videos, long captions, and carousel posts. Everyone is concerned about the algorithm and doesn't understand how it works. Even we at Combin, we do not have a clear understanding of how it's working. We have only our consumptions. So I'm quickly going to break it down for you, the things that we know for sure about the Instagram algorithm. In the previous secret, I mentioned that the Instagram algorithm takes into account the relationship you have with other users, and that's one of the ways they determine who should be exposed to your content. However, this is not the main way it operates, and it's not what gets rewarded the most either. Instagram number 1 goal is to keep people on the app for as long as possible. Why? The longer you are on the app, the more advertisements can be served to you and the more money Instagram makes. So with that in mind, the algorithm favors anything that keeps users online for longer. Meaning, if we post videos, long captions, and carousel posts, each individual user will stay in our feed longer than if you just posted a singular photo with one line caption. So by doing this, by posting videos, long captions, and carousel posts, you tell Instagram, hey, my content is helping you reach your ultimate goal. And then they will reward you for this. So consider this moving forward. How can I keep my users engaged and how can I keep them on my feed as long as possible? So I think that the easiest way to keep your users as long as possible, to keep your followers as long as possible, is to write long captions. You need to provide value-packed content that people can't help but read from top to bottom. Then you can encourage them to leave a comment, and from there reply to their comment and keep them coming back to continue the conversation. Instagram loves this and will reward you for that. That's for sure. I see that somebody in the chat asked about ghost followers. And yeah, the next tip is about ghost followers, actually. Secret number 6, remove ghost followers. I'll answer the question at the end of the presentation, so please be patient. Thank you. If you haven't heard of ghost followers before, They are users that are following you but never like or comment on your content. This inflates your follower count, yeah, but decreases your engagement rate. And engagement is a key metric that most users complain about being too low. So by removing some ghost followers, we can easily increase it. We can easily increase our engagement rate. So to remove your ghost followers, you will firstly want to look for accounts that seem fake or uninhabited. To do this, open up your followers list and simply scroll through, stopping on any account that doesn't have a profile picture, as this is one of the most important signs of a fake account. From here, you're going to want to check the account to confirm your suspicion. Some things to look out for if they don't have any photos, any posts, or are following a lot of people, but very little people are following them. And if and when you find a fake account, go back to your list and hit the 3 dots across from their username. Then hit remove. This is going to force the user to stop following you. So it's not going to block, doesn't mean that you block him. It just forces the user to stop following you. So yes, you will have one less follower, but that person will no longer be diluting your engagement rate. Remember, quality engagement is much more important than follower count. And every true marketer knows that this is not the numbers you should care about. Engagement rate, conversations of the account, what that really matters. So while this may be an uncomfortable practice for many, the end result is worth it. You can expand on this tactic by searching for followers with username filled with numbers or checking when someone's last post was uploaded. Any account you deem inactive can be removed from your followers list that easy. Then, secret number 7, posting less. If I made this secret number 1 or secret number 2, you probably would think, oh, is she crazy? But now I think you can analyze the information that I gave you in secret number 4 about Instagram stories and in secret number 5. So you can understand why the secret number 7 is about posting less. I see so many Instagram accounts that post multiple times per day, increasing your daily workload and significantly impacting the stress of having to have content always ready. While this can work for some accounts, in the grand scheme of things, it's a waste of resources for most business owners. As I mentioned earlier, stories is where the most people are spending their time. So I highly suggest putting more energy into stories and less into actual feed posts. And if you implement what I taught in secret number 4, your feed posts will actually perform better as a result of your strategic stories. So by decreasing posting from every day to every other day, or even 3 times a week, it will not only make you feel less stressed, but actually each post will perform better. Why? Well, when you post content back to back, the previous post stops gaining exposure. Instagram sees that post says all news and instead directs your audience to your newest post. When we spread out our posting, each individual piece of content will get its fair share of exposure, increasing your overall reach, impressions, and engagement, and all the effort you put into taking a great photo and writing an engaging caption will not be wasted. So to take this idea a step further, I highly encourage scheduling your content in advance, not because we have such a cool service as Combin Scheduler, but because when you schedule your content in advance, you are only spending a few days out of the month actually creating this content for Instagram. So you spend a few days of the month creating the content for your Instagram within Combin Scheduler, and then you just free up time to focus on other areas of your business. So here is a small description of what a Combin Scheduler is. You can find and give it a try on Combin.com. As Combin growth, Combin Scheduler also has permanently free plan with only one limitation in number of posting. So it's about several stories and several posts. So you can check it out, and I hope you will like that. Then secret number 8, it is one of my favorite secrets. I really like this. The secret is about have an email list. But at the when I finish telling you the information about the secret, maybe you will understand that it's not about an email list, but about something else. So something else that you can use to gather the information, to keep the information that you have on your Instagram account now. But if we speak about business owner, I think having an email list, this is absolutely the key for every business owner, because having an email list allows us to move our audience from Instagram to a much safer and more secure place. What I want you to understand, you need to remember that Instagram is not ours and your following is not yours. So users report every single day getting their account shut down for no apparent meaning at any moment. So you can just lose access to your audience, or Instagram could change their model, get bought out, or decide to just shut things down. Who knows? The risk of losing everything that you worked so hard to build is not worth it. So you need to be funneling your social audience onto your email list that you do in fact own and that you do in fact have full control of. An email list is a way for you to also further communicate with your audience, show off your expertise, and expose them to your paid offerings. Email also converts so much better than social. So if increasing sales is your goal, you need to have an email list. To build one is very simple. You can create a free offering, a PDF, short ebook, video series, 10% off coupon code for anything else you think or your audience would value. Then have them give you their email in exchange for this free offering. From here, you can utilize the power of an email list whenever you want without any concern it will be taken away from you someday. So Instagram should be the top of every business owner's marketing funnel. It filters all the ideal potential customers to you, and your content builds trust, and your email list makes the sale. Secret number 9. Write engaging and value-driven captions. We were already speaking about that in the secret number 5, but I decided to make it a separate secret in order to give you some more details on this issue. One of the hardest things my audience has expressed to me during the webinars is knowing what to write in their captions. And while everyone's approach will be slightly different depending on your niche, on your business, I can give you some guidelines to follow to ensure that your caption is engaging, keeps the user interested all the way till the end, and encourages them to take meaningful action. So the first thing to consider is that your caption needs to provide value. Writing a one-line caption doesn't provide anyone. So firstly, it's a one-line caption doesn't appease the Instagram algorithm, and it doesn't give your audience an opportunity to connect with you and your brand. By saying that one-line caption doesn't do all of these things, I don't say that you need a 500,000 character captions with groundbreaking information from scientists, okay? So it ideally just educates your audience in one way or another. So for example, I can easily write captions that include a few basic tips that help people with Instagram. However, if you own an apparel brand or a travel blogger, or if you own a dental clinic, adding value can seem a bit trickier, but really it's not. So if you are selling a physical good such as apparel, you're going to want to tell your audience what your clothing is made from, where the fabrics were sourced, and how much time it takes to handcraft each garment. If you are creating from sustainable material, you can tell your audience this is the valuable information that educates them and positions your company as reputable and worthy of buying from and transparent. A travel blogger, I think it's the easiest variant here. A travel blogger can post beautiful photos all day long and get okay engagement, but if they add value to their captions by giving travel tips, sharing their favorite locations, or secrets to getting cheap flights, their engagement is going to skyrocket and their followers are going to become fans and make sure they never miss another post. And finally, if you are a dental clinic owner, you can drastically increase the amount of patients by sharing did you know style facts in their captions. So educating your potential customer that going longer than 6 months without a cleaning can have a detrimental effect and is going to convert a handful of people to call in and book their next appointment. So just keep it simple. Try to educate with every post in one way or another, and you're going to see a significant increase in likes, engagement, and the virality of your posts, as this type of content is more likely to be shared. But I want you also to understand that when I say you need to be educating your audience, I don't mean that you need to be a teacher or this scientist, this professor. You don't need to be boring. You don't need to be really kind of teachable. Make it funny. Make it kind of, did you know? Tell them that you are shocked and shock them as well. So you can educate in many different ways. So do not make it boring. And secret number 10, the last secret for today, is to encourage meaningful activity. While most Instagram users think that having followers and engagement is the most important thing, it is simply not true for business owners, because far more important than likes and followers are actions like website clicks, post shares, and direct messages inquiring about what you offer. These are the actions that bring you closer to a customer and help develop trust relationships and your authority. At the end of every value-packed caption, you need to have a strong call to action that explicitly states the next step for your audience to take. Some users just slap a link in bio at the bottom of their caption. But in my experience, that doesn't work. You need to be explicit. Instead of saying link in bio, you should be saying click the link in my bio to shop a wide range of sustainable and eco-friendly items. Then it would be especially cool if you add a tag of your own account. Yes, in your caption after these words about link in bio and what they will get if they follow this link in bio, you need again to copy paste and to get a link to get your own account tag. Why? It is the same idea, yes, so people should go to your account and check the link in bio. But the second option, I mean, when you state your account in the caption, this is much more clear. So it's reiterates the benefits of someone clicking on your link and gives them a shortcut to taking that action. Alternatively, to encourage conversations with your potential customers, you can ask them to comment below. And for example, you can say, tell me how you feel about X, Y, Z. My answer is in the first comment. This is going kind of stimulate some curiosity of what your answer is. And they will be more likely to comment since they're already there and you led the way with your own answer. Similarly, you can ask them to send you a direct message or email with their questions. It allows you to have one-on-one conversation, which will further build the trust they have for you and significantly impact their decision to ultimately buy from you or not. Finally, you can encourage the vitality of your post by simply asking your audience to tag a friend who needs to see this. So these specific and strategic calls to action can greatly increase the meaningful activity taken on your profile and lead more potential customers straight onto your website or into your inbox. So that tips wraps up my 10 Instagram secrets every Instagrammer needs to know. And I've specifically shared tips with you that you can start implementing them right away. So I hope you took some good notes and are ready to start taking action. But if you are still not ready to start taking action, and if you're still feeling kind of lost, what to do, how to start, or you're already doing something on Instagram and you see that you see no reach nor engagement, but you follow all these tips and advice and recommendations, then I think that the best decision would be for you to try out our new service called InstaCheck. So in a few words, what is InstaCheck? InstaCheck, it is total profile examination of your Instagram account. So you give us your Instagram account, and we are going to give you a full PDF report with the analysis of the whole and each piece of your Instagram account. So it is an Instagram TV and Insta stories and your bio, full bio, username, highlights, call to action, a link in bio, then caption analysis, then aesthetic analysis, content creation analysis. And it means that we will give you some personal ideas and personal recommendations for your posts, for your Instagram TV, for your stories, and for your highlights. Then hashtag analysis. We're going to share several sets of hashtags that are 100% going to work for your account, and you can test it yourself. And of course, account engagement analysis. So what should you do? What steps you need to undertake? What exact strategies you need to implement in order to drive the most engagement from your followers and from your accounts? And of course, it's not all. We will give you a few tips on advertisement, on influencer marketing, especially in your niche. So if you want us, we'll even find the influencers for you so that you can take the most of your Instagram account. There are two plans on Instagram, on InstaCheck, personal and business. The first one is personal, so you give a full PDF report of your Instagram account. And the second one, first you also get this full PDF report with all the Instagram analysis. And then after you read all this report and after you understand all of the things that mentioned in this report, we have a 30-minute Skype consultation where you can also ask some questions, if any. So if there is something that you didn't understand in the report, or you just want to ask some more questions that we didn't mention in the report. I hope that you will try out our InstaCheck. It will be cool to work with you. We did this InstaCheck service for free for a month, and I made about, I think, 20 Instagram reports, big Instagram reports. And now I see that these people are implementing the strategies in life and they are really enjoying this. So a few reviews you can find on our website, so you can see that it really works. So it will be a pleasure to work with you in InstaCheck. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for listening to all of this information. Now I just get back to the chat to have a look at your questions. And yes, of course, I will now share a link for InstaCheck. So it is here on our website, Combin.com. If you go to products, you will find it. And I will also I will also now send a direct link for InstaCheck. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay. Combin unfollow non-followers doesn't work after unfollowing the first 5-10 users. It continuously asks to relog in. This is frustrating. Instead, it should automatically resume cleaning up by itself after a certain interval of time, so as not to make it look like a spam bot to Instagram. If you have problems with relogin, please contact our support team, because recently we released a new update. And after that, we noticed that many users and even the members of our team, when we tested this update, we also had problems with login. So please contact our support team for help. How to write alternative text? How long does this text have to be? How long does this text have to be? It has to be as long as you can, as descriptive as you can. But please try not to lie to the algorithm. Because it doesn't work like with keywords on YouTube, for example. No, just try to be honest what is really depicted on this image and try to be as detailed as you can. How to write alternative text, I already showed you on the example, and tomorrow when I send you the presentation to your email, so sorry, not presentation, but the recording of this webinar, you can watch it once again. I watched one of your first webinars on hashtags, and the strategy you talked about there is really working. Oh, that's cool. although almost a year passed. Yes, so and time doesn't matter here because I gave that strategy, 8-step strategy that can work for any year, and it doesn't depend on a year at all. Where can I access this webinar? Yes, all the webinars, guys, all of the webinars dedicated to Instagram marketing and video guides dedicated to our applications and Combin Scheduler and Combin Growth and how to use these applications to your advantage. So all the video guides you can find here on our official YouTube channel. Question about ghost followers and the feature to remove ghost followers. I'm not sure if the work is in progress on that feature, so I'm not gonna lie to you, and honestly, I do not know. But if you like, I can figure it out. Does location mention tag help to boost discoverability? Yes, absolutely. Location tags and hashtags help you to boost discoverability, especially location tag. Thank you for this. Will you give more trainings like this in the future? For sure. This is what I'm doing. Great idea with InstaCheck. Definitely gonna try out. You're welcome. Thanks for the webinar, Anna. Go and apply these tips you gave us tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you. I hope these tips will help you grow and flourish on Instagram. Great webinar. We'll apply all the secrets soon. Thank you. Thank you so much. No tips about Instagram TV, stories, or Instagram TV. No tips about Instagram TV, but about stories, I gave you a few tips. Also, on Combin official YouTube channel, I send you a link in the chat. You can find a separate webinar dedicated to Instagram TV. So it's full guide to Instagram TV with ideas for Instagram TV. And about stories also. There is a whole webinar dedicated to stories, how to make your stories interactive. So you can watch it and, again, find some new ideas for your content. Thank you, Anna. This is great. Thank you for this. Thank you for coming. Will you send PDF of the presentation also? Thanks for this info. I can't... The thing is that I send you this recording via this webinar platform, and here I cannot add attachments. But even if I could, I think that this presentation is just not that useful without the text, because I try to add only images and some very important phrases or keywords to the presentation, but all the other information I try to pronounce myself. Hi, Anna. Maybe I missed it, but is there a way to get rid of all hashtags on all posts at once, or does it need to be done one by one? Yes, unfortunately, it needs to be done one by one. Yes. Can you explain again why it's important to delete hashtags? Yes, I will explain, but just in a bit shorter, okay? Because tomorrow you will have a chance to rewatch the presentation again. So why you need to delete your hashtags? You do not need to delete your hashtags if this set of hashtags that you use under photos is different every time. So if this set of hashtags that you are using is different from photo to photo, you do not necessarily need to delete them. Or if you see in your statistics that these hashtags that you are using are working well and they are bringing new people to your page and new followers, you also do not need to delete them. But if you see that they do not provide you with the same value as they used to, you need to delete them, especially if you use the similar hashtag set under each post. Why? Because the similar hashtags are like repetitive actions, and Instagram algorithm is sensitive to repetitive actions. And even it's not follow, unfollow, or commenting one on the same thing once again, but the Instagram algorithm still see that you put the same comment. So if you put your hashtags not in description of the photo, but to first comment, it's like a comment, a real comment. So Instagram sees that you have the same hashtags, the same comment under each of your photo, and it thinks that you are kind of spammy. That's why it's important to delete or maybe at least a bit change this set of hashtags. Okay. I sent a question to Q&A. Okay. Does it make any difference if your headline is in all caps? No, it doesn't. What happens if the hashtag has more than 500,000 posts? Actually, nothing happens. You just have less chances to get into this discover area for the people that follow this hashtag, or they just press this hashtag. So you have less chances to be mentioned here. Actually, I advise you to watch my webinar dedicated to hashtag strategy, because here I talked in detail about hashtags and how to find the hashtags, and really that strategy is working well. So you saw somebody in the chat wrote that, and please have a look and it will give you the answer to all of the questions about hashtags. What's a good target engagement rate for in your account? In Instagram marketing, there is such a thing that engagement rate can be measured, and can be measured kind of logically if the account has more than 50,000 followers. Because if you are under 50,000 followers, there is no sense in measuring your engagement rate. And for accounts who have more than 50,000 followers, there are some metrics how to understand if your engagement rate is good or if your engagement rate is bad. But if you are under 15,000 followers, you can just easily have a look at your number of followers and number of number of likes and number of comments. In my previous webinars, I made kind of insta check online. So I asked I asked people to give their username of their accounts, and we together with the audience had a short look at what the account is about, and gave a few recommendations on how to improve it. So I wanted to tell you once again about engagement rate. So when I had a look at the account and I see that, for example, it has 10,000 followers, but when I see a number of likes, it's kind of 50. Number of comments, it's 2, and one of them from the owner of this account. So I understand that the engagement rate of the account is bad, and that this number of followers, 10,000, is artificial. So it either ghost followers or bot followers or fake followers or something like that. So you see, just by looking at these numbers, like followers, number of likes, and number of comments under each post, can give you a small understanding of what your engagement rate is. Would posting every day limit the reach of the post from the prior day? Yes, I told you that during the presentation, yes. Is there an automatic way to put like and comments to people you follow instead of going through your feed and do it manually? Yes, of course. So I think that you're here for the first time. So we have an application. It's called Combin Growth. You can find the link combin.com in the chat. So go there, install Combin Growth, and here you can go liking, following, unfollowing, commenting on every person on Instagram, and followers also. Is InstaCheck for free? No, InstaCheck is not for free. Please find the information about pricing on following the link that I sent you to the chat. InstaCheck was for free when we were just trying to understand if the service is needed, if we need to add the service to our website. So we understood that yes, it helps people, so we decided to add this. Adding hashtags and alternative text to old posts work? I mean, are they gonna come up in search results or start engaging? Yes, alternative text for sure. About hashtags, 50-50. Depends on which hashtag you use. It should be super targeted hashtags. And one thing I can tell you for sure, it should be less than 500,000 hashtags mentions. Thanks a lot. Great webinar. Thank you. Can you tell me more about hashtags? What if I post a map for an example of what is suitable hashtags for this? Oh my God, just wait please a few seconds. I'm now going to find this webinar that I hosted a year ago, even more than a year ago. dedicated to hashtag strategy. Please have a look. It's super informative, super powerful, and super effective. Here, you will find all the information you need about hashtags. You know, how to find the perfect hashtag for this, and for this. Please have a look, okay? Can I use these ways to increase my followers? Yes. Everything we're talking about today is to increase your following, is to increase your engagement, to increase your reach. Does Instagram downgrade your post when it was previously scheduled? Why? No, of course not. Instagram does not understand if it was scheduled or if it wasn't scheduled. How to make my account famous and get more followers? Visit every webinar I host. This is the right way to getting followers on Instagram. Subscribe to our Combin YouTube channel and subscribe to my podcast show, Instagram Growth Podcast. Okay. Will Combin get banned by Instagram? Combin? No way. No way Combin gets banned by Instagram if you use it wisely and adequately. Okay, so many questions today. I like to have kind of conversations with you. So once again, few information for you. If you want to have a look at our video guides, at our previous webinars, at this webinar, if you want to watch a recording of that, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and you will see the recording tomorrow here. If you want to get some professional advice from true marketers, from true influencers, from social media professionals who I interview almost every week, please subscribe to my show. It is called Instagram Growth Podcast. You can just type it in Apple Podcasts or in Stitcher, or in any on any podcast directory that you use. I will now copy a link so you can actually follow the link and see what is Instagram podcast here. Then, if you have some ideas for collaborations, so if you are a podcaster, if you are a webinar host, if you just want to, if you are a writer, if you are a copywriter, or if you're just a successful blogger, a successful Instagrammer, you can always contact me and we will find some ideas for collaboration, because I like talking to people, I like meeting new people, I like working with people, and it would be cool to work with one of you, with one of our dear Combin audience. So if you have any ideas for collaborations, if you have any ideas for the future webinars, if you just have any questions considering webinars, podcasts, or just the work of our application, please feel free to contact me via email, okay? That would be cool. Does Combin has a way to know the people that I'm not following who follows me? And suddenly the next day he doesn't follow me again. Yes, you can find this information. You can find people who do not follow you back on Combin. Just download it, then go to our YouTube channel, find here playlist Combin Growth Video Guides, and you will see all the things that Combin Growth can do for you, and find people who do not follow you back, and find your target audience, and find influencers with high engagement rate on Instagram, and back up your Instagram account, and so on. So please feel free to download Combin Growth and explore and enjoy its functionality. Thank you very much for coming here, guys. It was a pleasure to host this webinar for you and to talk with you today. So I hope you subscribe to our Combin YouTube channel, to my podcast show. You will try out InstaCheck. It will be a pleasure for me to work with you. One more thing I want to tell you. The next Wednesday, it will be a webinar for Combin Growth and Combin Scheduler newcomers. So for newbies who just joined Combin recently and want to know more about its main features and its main functionality. So next Wednesday, webinar dedicated to Combin Growth and Combin Scheduler. The information you will find on our official YouTube channel, on our official website, and we will also We will also let you know via applications themselves. And in 2 weeks' time, so Wednesday after the next Wednesday, so it will be again Instagram marketing webinar. So I hope to see all of you here. So thank you very much for coming. I wish you to stay healthy. Thank you very much. See you next Wednesday and see you next time. Thank you. Thank you. Goodbye.